Hey everyone, and welcome back to Wealthy Brains. Frank Giustra, CMOBC, is a Canadian businessman, mining financier, and global philanthropist who also founded Lionsgate Entertainment. He is CEO of Foyer Group of Companies and co-chair of International Crisis Group. Frank Giustra wears many hats. While he made his name as a mining financier in the 80s and 90s, he's also a well-known philanthropist, and he's also close friends with Clintons. This past weekend, Giustra brought his mining expertise to the stage of Vancouver Resource Investment Conference. Speaking to a packed room early on Sunday, he said words that were music to many investors' ears. I think we're in the beginnings of a new bull market in metals, but I am really mostly bullish about gold. There are a number of reasons for this positivity, but overall, uncertainty in the world today is key. We are now living in an unprecedented time in history. Giustra explained, there is too much debt. The world is more interconnected than ever, and things that have never happened before in history are taking place. Put it simply, the situation is worse, not better, since gold soared to $1,900 per ounce, and he believes that can only mean the future is bright for gold. Vancouver native Frank Giustra has also been in the venture capital business for decades. After a hard look at gold and paper currencies through history, he became convinced in 2001 that gold was poised for a long-term climb in direct contrast with a long-term fall for the US dollar. Giustra founded Wheaton River and began buying small gold mines. The firm was merged in 2004 into Goldcorp Incorporation, the giant mining concern. Giustra next founded Gold Wheaton to buy gold from mining firms that were primarily interested in excavating copper and iron ore. Giustra has also behind New Gold Inc. and Northern Orient Resources Inc., which are both involved in mining gold. Another Giustra venture, Endeavour Resources, trades in Toronto and owns 41% of Etruscan Resources Inc. Etruscan Resources Inc., operator of a gold mine in Burkina Faso, another West African nation. Endeavour is in a bidding war for Crew Gold, whose shares have quadrupled from 12 cents a share to 49 cents a share. Below, Giustra shares his views on gold's prospects. Why should I buy gold? Think of gold as the chicken soup for all the world's ills. It's certainly not the investment of choice for Polyanists, or for that matter, for 90% of the world's economists. Gold's price is influenced by numerous factors, including supply and demand, stock market performance, interest rates, and geopolitics, but I will focus on the two factors that, in my opinion, will drive gold's price for years. Both fall under a broad category of policy reflation. This financial crisis that began 2 years ago was the result of decades of economic mismanagement and binge behavior. I say began because I believe that we are far out from the woods. Greece is just one of many financial time bombs lurking in the shadows. What of the PIIG economies? That includes Poland, Italy, Ireland, and Greece. Could another one of them be next? And what of the commercial banks? Have we seen the last surprise in terms of toxic assets come to light? Or could more be triggered by a further collapse in commercial real estate prices? What's an investor to do? Giustra is putting his money where his mouth is and recommended that other investors to do so as well. He said gold should account for 10 to 15% of the average investor's portfolio, but admitted that he has more than that in his own portfolio and is going to stay that way because one of these days I'm going to be right. So right that it will make up for all the past mistakes, he quipped. He didn't specify that 10 to 15% should break down in terms of physical gold and stocks, but did note that he sees gold stocks having the most torque in the coming bull market. He also said that he's got money in the 3 exploration stage gold companies right now. One is operating in Latin America, one is operating in Japan, and the third is working in the Klondike jurisdictions. Giustra isn't keen on include the stands as well as Bolivia, Venezuela, Egypt, and Turkey. He's also not interested in anywhere that Boko Haram is operating. On the flip side, he said that Argentina, long considered a risky place to invest, is becoming a good opportunity. Specific stock recommendations didn't come up in Giustra's talk. though he suggested that investors looking for guidance pay attention to what successful investors like Ross Beatty and Lucas Lunden are doing. He also expressed regret that political factors forced him to sell his shares in Northern Dynasty Minerals. "It was very sad. It sucks to be me," he said. Frank Giustra. How would you invest $100,000 in the next decade? If someone has a maximum of $100,000 to invest, my suggestion would be to own to at least 20% gold and stay liquid. Most investments, stocks and bonds, are overvalued. I am mostly keeping my eye on global trends in both central bank monetary policy and debt levels. Our future will be largely based on those two things. Neither are looking too rosy. What are the biggest trends you are watching heading to the new decade? I fear one of the biggest threats is a potential implosion of the corporate bond market. Too much of that massive debt is a hair's breadth away from junk status. What are the biggest threats you see in the next 10 years? It's impossible to look out 10 years. There's a way too much almost unprecedented uncertainty in both geopolitics and trade. I subscribe to Ray Dalio's paradigm shift theory. How long do you think the bull run in equities will last? The current equity bull market is already the longest in history. Furthermore, it's been fueled by artificially low interest rates. We are beyond bubble territory. Any final comments about what the next decade holds for investors? I believe we are overdue for some kind of accident in the financial markets. Some yet unknown catalyst will set off a chain of events that will destroy a lot of wealth. Be ready, because at some point, there will be tremendous opportunities to invest in. In the meantime, stay liquid and make sure you own a lot of gold. Final thoughts. Before signing off, Giustra briefly gave his thoughts on a wide range of commodities. Notably, he said he is bullish on silver, uranium, and zinc, though he admitted that silver will be more volatile than gold. He thinks potash is due for a turnaround, but is only so-so on copper, platinum, and palladium. In addition, Giustra said he is bearish on natural gas and sees oil ranging from the current price up to $60 or $65 a barrel. He also reiterated that he sees the overall resource space experiencing a turnaround. I think we're in the beginnings of a very important gold market and an important resource market, Giustra said, adding, if you're looking at it from investment point of view, you've got to get in the now in now. So, what do you think of Giustra's opinions and his whole philosophy and the things that he's come out to say? Do you think he's right? Do you think he's wrong? Do you think people would say, hey, put gold aside, invest in crypto. Crypto is where it's at. Now, I know crypto is where it's at, but it is true. Gold is way, way more valuable than anything on this entire planet. People have died, empires have fallen, but gold remained the way it is. Floyd Mayweather wears gold. Everybody wears gold. Gold is everywhere. Heck, golden shoes are a term. Golden dynamite prawns are a term. Gold is everywhere. That is all for today, folks. Would you like to add anything? Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you in the next video.